The rule of thumb on your piston rings, I've had this asked a lot of times, and I've found some information, but I'm not sure if it's correct. Your piston rings, if they have any markings on them or writing, they should go face up. Not tits up, but face up. Tits up means like you're bankrupt, you're out of business, you're screwed. So if you have the markings on them, then they go towards the top right here. And after you get your piston rings set in there, you want to check the end gaps. The end gaps are right here, how much gap that you have when it's on the piston. Because if you have not enough gap, what happens is the piston ring will expand, and it will expand not enough to where it scores your cylinder down here, right here. So those are two things that you need to do. Another thing is this is your wrist pin. You want to make sure you have the right one for whatever piston you. Some are shorter, some are longer. But you want to make sure on your edges right here. Right here. Okay, if you look at this, do you see how rough that edge is right there? Okay, that roughness right there, if you look at it, as this turns and turns and turns and turns, damn, my hands are getting old. Fuck. Maybe I can get a hand facelift. Give me a hand job. Yeah. But you want to take some sandpaper and you want to, like this, here, on a flat surface, and you want to go back and forth, and you want to get all the rough spots off of each side, because these wrist pins will rub against your piston clips, wrist pin clips that fit right in here. And if there is too much of a sharp edge on this, they can rub through and break the circlip. And if they do that, the circlip will get sucked right down into here. It will go into one of these ports and come straight up, and your piston will look like it's been rat chewed and everything else, and you can lose a $500 engine in about a second. That's happened to me one time, and you can see how bad the casting is on this. This is just normal for these type of pistons, but they clean up really nice. Just get them nice and smooth with your sandpaper and some soap and water. And these are some fine-tuning details that I use every year when building my engines. So that's where I am at right now today in the shop. I've been working the last 3 weeks, 6 days a week. Worked yesterday for 11 hours. My hands are numb. I'm 7. You know, my mind says I'm 17. My body says I'm in my mid-50s, which kind of sucks. So I'm going to go slower at what I'm doing. But the Dio is going to be racing this year at our local racetrack, and I'll show you my slips on that. So this is just a shout out to my good friend Steve, who owns VT Cycles, and this is the address. The best thing is to email or call him, but you have to remember that Hawaiian time is different than mainland time. If you're calling from the United States mainland, I think it's 4 or 5 hours difference. So you can call them if you call them at 4 o'clock at night, it may be 10 o'clock at night there. I would just check the computer on that before you do that. Your best bet is to email him and be patient. He has delivered these parts to me for years and years now. I've spent a lot of money, but the most important thing is that I'm from the mainland. They don't have any racing parts that you can buy, or any really good advice, solid gold service, like Steve in Hawaii. So I'd like to say thank you, Steve, for all the great parts. Hope everything went well, and Godspeed on everything that we talked about. My thoughts are with you and your family. Or you can just call Steve or email him and just say, look, I sent you, and say hello. He's a great guy. Great parts. Okay. God bless, and we continue.